Right now, though, the time is 5:39. I know there are a lot of Juneteenth events. We got Father's Day this weekend.
Right.
So much happening, and thankfully, we kind of got some of those storms out of the way.
Yeah, especially through the weekend. But once we get to next week, I think we're going to be dealing with that same summertime pattern. But yes, getting into the busy season of summer, we got all of this, and then the 4th of July is like 2 weeks away. A little more than 2 weeks, but still hard to believe we are moving relatively quickly through the month. There's a live look at downtown. First light is in the sky. Temperatures, we've got 60s and 70s across the board this morning. We're also looking at a couple of showers as well. That's going to be mainly down to the south and to the east, parts of Telfair and Wheeler counties. But check out what's going on across the southeast this morning. This stationary boundary you see from Texas down through Mississippi, Alabama, and the northern Florida area, that is what has brought us the showers and storms over the past several days. Well, that front has sagged far enough south now, and over the course of the past few hours down in Pensacola, Florida, so much rain that it has prompted a flash flood emergency there. So continuing to monitor that situation. The waves of showers and storms continuing, but they will stay to our south today because that front is down to the south. Future view is going to show you we get into the 80s relatively quickly by that noon hour, and then into the later afternoon hours. How about the 90s across central Georgia? 1 or 2 isolated showers will be possible. This is 5 p.m. Once we get towards the sunset hour, anything we do see, which will be not much at all, will begin to fade away. There's 11 p.m. as temperatures drop into the 70s. There's another wave of storms passing just to our south and east tomorrow, so 1 or 2 isolated showers for your Saturday morning. I do think the storms stay outside of central Georgia, and then we begin to dry out for Saturday afternoon. There's that noon hour, and then 1 or 2 isolated showers. Maybe even a storm or two will be possible on Saturday. That carries us into Father's Day now. Temperatures starting in the 60s, and then we get into the afternoon, into the 90s relatively quickly, maybe a passing shower, and that is going to be about it. So here's your Father's Day forecast, going with 79 at about 9 a.m., warming up relatively quickly into the 90s shortly after that noon hour. Scattered showers and storms will be possible, but if you see one, it is not going to be long-lived. That carries us into next week, and that's going to be a soggy week here in central Georgia. So we're not going to be looking at necessarily the waves of storms like we saw this past week. Rather, we're going to have just so much moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and from the Atlantic Ocean that we're going to see the isolated, or I guess they're not going to be isolated. We're going to see the afternoon showers and storms pop up, but then not fade away through the overnight hours. So it's just going to be on and off rain, it looks like, through most of the week. The Euro trying to dry us out on Friday, but we'll see about that one. 20% chance of rain today. That's up to 30% tomorrow, and then back down to 20% for Sunday. That 60% chance of rain picks up on Monday. Today, high temperature right around 89, partly cloudy skies, 1 or 2 isolated showers, winds out of the west at about 10 to 15. The Bacon back at Luther Williams Field tonight for temperatures in the 80s right around 6. First pitch is at 7, cooling off down to 79 by about 10 p.m. Here's your 7-day forecast. You got a lot going on here. 91 on Saturday, 92 on Sunday. Then we get to next week. There's that 60% chance of rain beginning on Monday. And check out those high temperatures well below average, some 10 degrees below average for the first day of summer, which comes your way on Wednesday.